The book of Nahum, chapter 1. A jealous and powerful God, the burden of Nineveh, the book of the vision of Nahum, the Eshkoshite. God is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and a reserved wrath for his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord acts his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. He rebuketh the sea and maketh it dry, and dried up all the rivers. Bashan languisheth, and Carmel, and the flower of Lebanon languisheth. The mountain quakes at him, and the hills melt, and the earth is burnt at his presence. Yea, the world and all that dwell therein. Who can stand before his indignation, and who can abide in the fierceness of his anger? His fury is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and it knoweth them that trust in him. But with an overrunning flood, it will make an outer end of the place thereof, and darkness shall pursue its enemies. What do you imagine against the Lord? He will make an outer end. Affliction shall not arise a second time. For while they be folding together as stones, and while they be drunken as drunkards, they shall be devoured as stubbles fully dry. There is one come out of thee that imagineth evil against the Lord, a wicked counselor. Thus saith the Lord, though they be quiet, and likewise many, yet thus shall they be cut down, when it shall pass through. Though I have afflicted thee, I will afflict thee no more. For now will I break his yoke from off thee, and will burst thy bonds in sunder. And the Lord hath given a commandment concerning thee, that no more of thy name be sown. Out of the house of thy gods will I cut off the graven images and the molten image. I will make thy grave, for thou art vile. Behold, upon the mountains the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publisheth peace. O Judah, keep thy solemn feast, perform thy vows, for the wicked shall no more pass through thee. He is utterly cut off.
Chapter 2. He who scatters has come up before your face. Man the fort, watch the road, strengthen your flanks, fortify your power mightily. For the Lord will restore the excellence of Jacob, like the excellence of Israel, for the emptiers have emptied them out and ruined their vine branches. The shields of his mighty men are made red. The valiant men are in scarlet. The chariots come from flaming torches. In the day of his preparation, and the spears are brandished. The chariots rage in the streets. They jostle one another in the broad roads. They seem like torches. They run like lightning. He remembers his nobles. They stumble in their walk. They make haste to their walls, and the defense is prepared. The gates of the rivers are opened, and the palace is dissolved. It is decreed, she shall be led away captive. She shall be brought up, and her maidservants shall lead her, as with the voice of doves, beating their breasts. Though Nineveh of old was like a pool of water, now they flee away. Halt, halt, they cry, but no one turns back. Take spoil of silver, take spoil of gold. There is no end of treasure or wealth of every desirable prize. She is empty, desolate, and waste. The heart melts and the knees shake. Much pain is in every side, and all their faces are drained of color. Where is the dwelling of the lions and the feeding place of the young lions, where the lion walked, the lioness and lion's cub, and no one made them afraid. The lion tore in pieces enough for its cubs, killed for his lionesses, filled his caves with prey, and his dens with flesh. Behold, I am against you, says the Lord of hosts. I will burn your chariots in smoke, and the sword shall devour your young lions. I will cut off your prey from the end, and the voice of your messengers shall be heard no more.
Chapter 3. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. Its victims never departs. The noise of the whip and the noise of the rattling wheels, of galloping horses, of clattering chariots, horsemen charged with bright sword and glittering spear. There is a multitude of slain, a great number of bodies, countless corpses. They stumble over the corpses because of the multitude of harlots, of the seductive harlot, the mistress of sorcerers, who sells nation through her harlots, and family through her sorcerers. Behold, I am against you, says the Lord of hosts. I will lift your skirts over your face. I will show the nations your nakedness, and the kingdoms your shame. I will cast abominable filth upon you, make you vile, and make you a spectacle. It shall come to pass that all who look upon you will flee from you and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bewail her? Where shall I seek comforts for you? Are you better than Ammon, that was situated by the river, that had the waters around her, whose rampart was the sea, whose wall was the sea? Ethiopia and Egypt were her strength. It was boundless, but the Lubim were your helpers. Yet she was carried away. She went into captivity. Her young children also were dashed to pieces. On her head of every street, they cast lots for her, honorable men, and all her great men were bound in chains. You also will be drunk. You will be hidden. You also will seek refuge for the enemy. All your strongholds are fig trees with ripened figs. If they are shaken, they fall into the mouth of the eater. Surely, your people in your midst are women. The gates of your land are wide open for your enemies. Fire shall devour the bars of your gates. Draw your water from the siege. Fortify your strongholds. Go into the clay and tread the mortar. Make strong the brick clean. There the fire will devour you. The sword will cut you off. It will eat you up like a locust. Make yourself many like the locust. Make yourself many like the swarming locust. You have multiplied your merchants more than the stars of heaven. The locust plunders, and it flies away. Your commanders are like swarming locusts. Are your generals like great grasshoppers? which camp in the hedges on a cold day. When the sun rises, they flee away, and the place where they are is not known. Your shepherds slumber, O king of Syria. Your nobles rest in the dust. Your people are scattered on the mountains, and no one gathers them. Your injured has no healing. Your wound is severe. All who hears news of you will clap their hands over you. For upon whom has not your wickedness passed continually?